you can get a good player, like if you can get CeeDee Lamb, who's probably going to produce for the next 2 years.
Who's the worst player you would take for Breece Hall?
The worst player I would take for Breece Hall, maybe like.
Would you trade Breece Hall straight up for Chris Olave?
Oh no! What? I would much rather have Breece Hall than Chris Olave.
I just wanted to confirm that you're still completely wrong about Chris Olave and that you're way too low on Chris Olave. We're confirm that. Okay, that's good.
Yeah, if I was going to chase high efficiency, I would not.
High efficiency. He has a really high target share.
I know, on like a 19.0 target depth. Do you know how unusual that is?
Do you know how impressive that is? They have a stat for that. It's called a Whopper. He's probably like leading the NFL in it.
He probably is. I'm not sold on Chris Olave yet as like a genuine difference maker. I'm very sold on Chris Olave, the NFL player. He's like his absolute bare minimum floor is Jerry Jeudy at this point.
So so you're saying that you would like Chris Olave more if he earned the same amount of targets but on a lower ADOT?
Yeah, if I could get Chris Olave playing a normal NFL role,
but this doesn't make any sense. But the reason why we don't want higher ADOTs like this in a vacuum is because normally it doesn't. Normally it comes with a lower target share.
Yeah.
But if he's just commanding a massive target share and it's coming on a really high ADOT, you just get the best of both worlds.
Yeah, and I don't think it's going to continue because this never happens. This is the most bizarre thing we've ever seen.
Your reaction to someone posting an elite target share on a super high ADOT is not, man, this guy's really good.
Rookie, no less. As a rookie.
Right. It's not, oh my God, this guy's incredibly special. Instead, your reaction is, I don't know, the ADOT's probably going to stick, but he's not going to earn targets anymore. This guy's just probably just a 20% win sprinter.
Yeah, it's probably. I'm not saying he's going to be a target share player. I'm saying he's not 100% in at. Like, this is the Chris Olave that we're going to see forever. We don't know what we're going to see from Chris Olave because it's definitely not this.
He's probably not going to have a 19 ADOT and a 28% target share. That's pretty true.
Yeah.
He's probably just going to have a 28% target share and like a 15 ADOT.
I don't know that he will because he's like, can he win in those areas of the field? I don't know. Like over the course of a season,
this feels like you're really searching. Like this feels like.
What do you mean? This feels like I'm really searching
because if Drake London had a 28% target share and 19 ADOT, you would be like, oh my God, this guy's whopper is so huge. Drake London, he's got a massive cock. He's an alpha, absolutely wide receiver 1 overall. He's so much better than everybody else because he's earning all these targets at a really high ADOT. But instead of Chris Olave, like I was also too low on Chris Olave. Hands up, my hand is up. I was too low on Chris Olave. I apologize. I repent for my sins at the church of Chris Olave. But to still be like, oh, I don't know, his ADOT's too high and he's earning too many targets, that's bad. That's bad. This is bad. This is a bad take.
It's not bad. It's just not bad. We need to see more from these players when we don't know that they're good. Like
we really know that he's good.
We know that he's good. Like we know that he's not, I don't know, Justin what's the guy's name? We know that he's not someone terrible. Who's someone terrible? Quick, name a bad. We know he's not Jerry Jeudy. Like we know that. So, like at this point, we can just say, okay, he's not Jerry Jeudy. He's probably better than Jerry Jeudy. But is he Calvin Ridley? Maybe he's Calvin Ridley. He could be Calvin Ridley. That's possible.
I mean, he could also just be Justin Jefferson.
He's probably not Justin Jefferson.
I mean, he's probably not Justin Jefferson, but if he was going to be Justin Jefferson, this is probably how he would start his career.
If he was going to be Justin Jefferson, this is probably not how he'd start his career because he'd play in the normal quadrants of the field.
Right. So your issue is that he has too good of usage.
No, I don't like 18 ADOT players. I've never liked 18 ADOT players.
Yes, because normally they don't draw targets. So he's the best.
In the history of the world. Never been a
time they don't draw targets, but he does.
Never.
You're letting the cart before the horse. You're letting the cart before the horse.
Go and buy an 18 ADOT.
Yes, because they all don't have target shares that are high. He does.
Yeah.
But why do you think it's the target share that will regress and not the ADOT?
Well, it could be either. He could very well keep his target share and just get a lower ADOT.
Right. But so there's essentially 3 options. Number 1 is the target share comes down. Number 2 is the ADOT comes down. Number 3, I guess there's 4 options. Number 3, it just stays exactly as it is. And number 4, they meet in the middle somewhere.
Could you imagine if it stayed exactly where it is?
Then he'd be the dynasty wide receiver 1 overall.
He'd be the dynasty wide receiver 1 overall of all time.
Yeah. And you're saying that you don't think he's even like in the same tier as CeeDee Lamb.
No, he's definitely not in the same tier as CeeDee Lamb.
And he might be the dynasty wide receiver one of all time, and you're not.
He's not going to be. That's what I'm saying. It's so unrealistic to say. Yes, this is what has happened in the past.
Chris Olave because he's too good.
Never seen it.
Olave because he's too good. That's your problem. You're fading Chris Olave because he's the best wide receiver of all time. Chris Olave is better than Jerry Rice, and you're saying that's the problem with Chris Olave. That's why he needs to be faded.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what you're saying. Look, this Chris Olave take that you have is absolute madness. Okay, I will put my hand in the air. Shout out to my buddy Zach. If you're listening to the show, I will literally message you. It's at minute 78 of this show because Zach had Chris Olave as his number 2 wide receiver in the class. And I was like, Zach, you're so bad. Clearly, Garrett Wilson and Treylon Burks are a lot better than this guy. London's a lot better than this guy. This guy's kind of a beta. He's probably like wide receiver 5, wide receiver 6 in the class. And he's just been like messaging me every time Chris Olave catches the ball, and it's been so annoying. I like literally like have to like block his number on Sundays because of all the Chris Olave propaganda that I get.
He's catching so many balls.
Yeah, because like the Chris Olave industrial complex it just bombards me. But like, I mean, it's warranted. The guy, look, I think you can make an argument for Drake London over Chris Olave for sure, because Drake London is like only getting cucked by his offense, but his per route numbers are just as strong. But like, and Garrett Wilson, I think is defensible over Chris Olave on the basis that their usage on a per route basis has been similar enough. And if we had strong enough priors about Garrett Wilson, we could still, I think, maybe prefer him over Olave. But like, it's not close after that. I mean, we're talking about 2.46 yards per route run. That is elite for any wide receiver. That's like one of the best wide receivers in the NFL good. And he was a productive rookie. This isn't like a like Henry Ruggs level rookie who's like breaking out of nowhere. He was a productive rookie. The only reason we weren't that big on him was that he kind of plateaued and then he stayed for his senior year. But he wasn't a terrible prospect. He was a good prospect. And then he's absolutely balling in the NFL. Chris Olave is clearly a top 5 dynasty wide receiver at this point in time.
Jesus. No.
Well, that's probably a dumb statement because there's like 10 top 5 dynasty wide receivers. But he's one of the 10 top. He's one of the 10 top 5 dynasty wide receivers.
He's probably top 15, maybe top 10, maybe.
Okay, Chris Olave or Devontae Adams?
Is my team winning or not?
Yes.
Is that because I have Chris Olave on it?
Yes.
I'd probably be there about even, I would say.
Chris Olave or Amon-Ra St. Brown?
Amon-Ra St. Brown.
Wrong. Chris Olave or T. Higgins?
Pass.
Pass to Chris Olave? Like 19 yards down the field, 28% of the time?
What is he at now?
On keep trade cut?
No. What's his ADOT now? Well, 16.5. It came so far down in one game.
Look at that. And yet the target share did not come down. Fascinating development.
You know, it's funny because there was all these vacated targets last year and nobody got any. And now Chris Olave is just vacuuming them up.
This is a crazy stance that he might be better than Marquez Callaway.
Yeah, I can't believe he'd go this far.
All right, Michael Thomas will be back this week, so that should be maybe he'll be back this week. Maybe he'll never play football again, but that should be interesting to see. I'm glad that we got some Olave because I wanted to, as Cooper would say, get your insane takes on paper. I will make sure to.
This is not on paper. This is on film. I feel like with Chris Olave, I'm not convinced. That's really what it comes down to. You're right. If this was Drake London putting up an insane target share and an insane ADOT, I would say that's okay. The ADOT will come down and the target share will stay because we know that Drake London is good. And I think that's perfectly fair. We are sticking to priors on a rookie's first 7 games of his career.
Okay, that would make sense.
Obviously, I moved him up.
Right, but sticking to priors would like make sense if he was like a bad prospect, but he wasn't.
No, it was never that he was a bad prospect. He's fucking tiny. He's 180 pounds or something.
Yeah, so this is heightest. He's 6 foot 185. If he was like 5 pounds more, he'd be an alpha.
What? No, he wouldn't. Get out of here. Stop it.
Isn't 6 feet 190 your cutoff?
No, 6 foot 195 and 26 BMI. This guy is so far from being an alpha. But the NFL's changing. Maybe this is it.
Well,
maybe
if he was 6 foot 195, then he would be. If he was 195, he's 6 feet, so then he would have a 26 BMI.
Yeah, if he's 10 pounds heavier, sure. If I was 10 pounds lighter, That'd be great.
Well, you could give it to Chris Olave.
He did it to himself. Chris Olave, if you need some nutritional advice, come to me. I know how to put on a quick 10 pounds. I got you. Got you, buddy.
This is egregious. You're fading him because he's too good and he's too skinny.
It's actually funny because I really liked Chris Olave last year when I thought he was going to come out as a junior.
Yeah.
I was like pounding the table. Like, we need Chris Olave. Like, he's producing at Ohio. Then he went back to Ohio and was like completely like, nah, this is fine, I guess. And then he came out and he got drafted like 11th overall, which I thought was an egregiously high pick for Chris Olave. Like, that was so high. And then now he's just dominating. And maybe I just need to eat the L, but I'm not going to do it yet.
You need to eat the L. You really need to eat the L.
I'm going to let reception or what are they called?
Perception?
No, not reception perception. The
receipts,
fantasy receipts. I'm going to let fantasy receipts pull the receipt. And then I'm going to wait.
I'll send this video to them actually.
I'm going to wait and see if receipt inception hits again. And then if it doesn't, I'll take the L.
No, you definitely need to take the L. I'll send this to fantasy receipts for sure. I will just post this. I bow down, Chris Olave, at your altar. I'm very sorry for not having you ranked in my rookie top 5 because you, sir, are a god.